Okay, welcome. We've never done this before, but since we're all together, we thought we would just do a little round table. But the trouble is we don't have a table and we don't have enough chairs. So we'll have a round stand-up in this whole thing. And I thought we would have a discussion, on the subject of winning, but also drive, determination, discipline. Like all of us in this standing up here can stop. We have enough money, we have enough success, we have all enough. But something drives us, and it's the same thing that drove us to this point, but it keeps us driving beyond it. Some people who are into being comfortable think this is nuts. I think being comfortable is nuts. So basically, what Kim and I talk about, there's four kinds of people. One is a person who must win. I think we have people up here. Two is a person who must be right. A lot of times there are attorneys and accountants or school teachers or politicians and all that kind of stuff. And three is a person who must be comfortable. And when I talk to people who must be comfortable, they're always saying to me, why are you working so hard? Why? So why are you sitting on your butt so hard? It's a different person. And the fourth person is a person who must be liked. They want to be popular. So they'll do everything to be liked, things like this. And we're actually all four of them at certain degrees. But what we really are about, and personally, is, if I win something, I want to win again. And if I lose, I'm going to kick your butt next week. It's a different attitude. And losers are, victims. They go, oh, he cheated, he did this. Gone, So that's what we're going to talk about, is the subject of winning, drive, determination, and what keeps us going, right? So we'll let my sweetheart go first.
Oh. Well, number one, I really do hate losing. And I know we talk about, when you lose, you learn, and that's how when you make mistakes and you move forward, and that's true, and that's absolutely true. That's how I learn, that's how I grow. But there's something in me that I hate to lose, and it's hard to explain. But I think what drives me is, a good example is we took a vacation in Hawaii a couple months ago. We took 2 weeks in Hawaii. And I actually, for the first time in a long time, experienced boredom. I actually, for like 2 hours, I was bored. It was the worst feeling in the whole world. I hadn't really experienced it before. It's like my mind wasn't like driving on something. Everything was done. I could just kind of sit back on the beach, and I just really hated it. And so this year for me, I'm 50 years old, and I've never been driving so hard in my life. And for me, what is most exciting and scariest at the same time but most exciting is when I push up against something I'm not sure I can do. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but the fear is there. There's a lot of risk, and the fear of, when you step up to the line and then you back off. But when you step up to the line and you break through something you don't know you can do, that to me is the ultimate. That's the adrenaline, and that's really one of the things I just love the most.
Thanks. Blair.
Well, I don't know. I think for me is this whole thing is, it's always the big question is, how big can you be? How big is your game? How much can you accomplish? And for me, this thing about winning is, and that's the reason I like business, is because the problem in sports is when the game's over, it's over. Clock runs out. But in business, you always get a rematch. So it's kind of like what you said is like, even if I screw up today, I can get even tomorrow. And I think you said something to me once. We were sitting around talking. You said, it's just good to be in the game, isn't it? And I said, yeah, that's really true. Is for me to be able to play, to win. If I get knocked down, it's motivation. I always go through the same mood level. It's kind of like, first I get momentarily depressed, then I get angry, then I get resourceful. And the more I do it, I keep going through the cycle faster. So my wife, Eileen, is like, whenever I'm angry, she goes, oh, this is good. I said, she's happy, I'm angry. It's a bad combination. But I know that because ever since I've been a little kid, it's just like, you don't play a sport to come in second place. Why would you run track? I ran track. I tried football, but you can tell that the chemistry didn't work real well. But my point is that why would you go up to the line if you weren't planning to win it? If you weren't going to give it everything that you've got. And I think that for me is that this desire to win is just, again, is a way of life. Every day, how big can I be? How much can I accomplish? How far can I go? I have friends like you, Kim. You know, they're just like kicking back. You know, how do I go plan my retirement? I'm going. In my brain, just doesn't even fathom stopping.
Can I say something to that, real quick? Give me the microphone.
She's a woman.
Give me
she's
the
allowed to
microphone.
do it.
No, because that's such a good point. Yeah. Because I have really cut out a lot of my friends in the last few years for that exact reason. Is as we're driving forward, we're growing. You know, I'm hanging out with you guys because you encourage me. We encourage each other. We're like driving on it, and it's really hard to hang out with friends that are just kind of complacent, and they're either growing or you're declining. And these friends are declining, and I don't want to. I want to be around people who I get excited and driven by. So I just wanted to make the point. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. You know, it's like
He lost his momentum. And
there's one other point. Well, you come from a family of it, I know. But seriously, I think for me too, like you say, there's certain friends that are no longer around. We started with a lot of people. You know, a few years ago, there'd be a lot of people up here, but this is what's left, because at some level, you know, people, they don't want to go for it anymore. But I think, and now I just want to say one thing about it, is I think that once you get a taste of winning, and once you get a taste of winning, doing something you really love doing, it's addictive. You've got to keep going. It's kind of like, I don't play golf. You hit the hole in one. Okay, this guy, the only guy I know that actually hit a hole in one. Give him a hand. Give him a hand.
No, this is the worst part. No, he hit a hole in one on his first time up at the tee. You know, he says, "What's so hard about this game?"
But see, and I don't play golf, but I would assume that, you know, you get a good shot and you're going to play more because you keep trying to get back to that zone where you felt great. Yeah, that makes sense. You have a time when you just feel awesome, and for me, it just keeps getting back to that place. How much bigger can I get it to be? I don't know. It's just an affliction, I think, of having. And people ask me about Rich Dad. They say, well, what's it like to be on the team? I said, part of the code of honor is you got to have an ungodly, these are your words, ungodly desire to win. And I went to one organization. They said, well, we don't want to use the word win. We just want to use the word succeed. I'm going, what's wrong with winning? You know, it's like, well, winning means someone else is going to lose. And the problem with that is, you know? But, I mean, there are people that somehow in their brains, it doesn't work. You know, winning is a bad thing. But for me, it's what I get up in the morning for.
Well, it's like our friend Craig Coppola, the psycho coach. You know, he says he hates. He played pro baseball, and he says now in Little League nobody's allowed to lose. So he formed his own league. You know, he got so upset. He says, "What is this stuff where nobody can lose?" He says that is the biggest load of rubbish. Joe Montana, the greatest quarterback on earth, said the same thing. He says, winning and losing's not bad. It's just how you take it. Mm-hmm. You know, to me, every time I've lost, I've said, "Thank you. I'm going to come get you. You know, you have now given me a reason to be around, and I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick it so bad, you'll regret the day you kicked my butt." You know, and that's it. And I'm grateful for that. And that is the difference. But again, there's four people: winners, people who need to be right, people who want to be comfortable, and people who need to be liked. And the people that need to be liked are the ones that form those little league teams where nobody loses. Well, that's your choice. I mean, that would not fit my MO. It just does not fit for me. I go out there. I don't care if I lose. I just want another shot at it. That's all I ask for. And if I really want to win, I'll come back at you, and I'll come back at you. And I'm grateful for your strength because you make me stronger. That is the Holy Hope.